Very good morning, students. Welcome back to first year physics. So let us today I want to discuss about a new chapter, that is about a mechanical properties of fluids. So this is a new one, and here for this mechanical properties of fluids, I want to say about a like a fluid. Sir, what is mean by fluid? Fluid is nothing but the substance which can flow very easily from one place to another place. The substance can flow from one place to another place easily is called as the fluid. So like you say air particles, yes, which can flow, and as well as some liquids can flow from one place to other place. So the substances which can flow easily is nothing but we can call fluid. So suppose you take a solid. So the solid cannot flow. Solid cannot flow from one place to another place. So that the solid is, we cannot say it is a fluid. Now come to the point. In this I want to say like this it is actually we should know about a fluid mechanics. So the fluid mechanics is nothing but we can say like it is a branch of fluids and which can be used to deal or discuss about the fluid either at a rest or in a motion. See, either at rest related to we can call as the static fluid, and the motion related to we can call dynamic fluid, or we can say kinematic fluid. See, mechanics, we can say fluid mechanics. So there are two types of fluid mechanics are there. One we can say fluid statics, one more we can say fluid kinematic or dynamics. Static leads to rest and kinematic or dynamic lead to motion. So that is about a static, and as well as we can say about dynamics. Now in this case I want to say in this chapter, suppose related to the rest, I want to say about a rest. See, water at rest, we can call water at rest. So the water at rest is nothing but we can call as hydrostatic, which is very important, which we can call hydrostatic. See, suppose water at rest we can call as the hydrostatic fluid we can call. Now come to the point is in this again, I want to discuss about a pressure. This is the basic, very important, pressure. Sir, what is actually pressure? Pressure is P. Actually pressure is related to, it is a scalar. Clear? And here what is mean by pressure? Pressure is nothing but a force acting per unit area of a cross section. So the force acting per unit area of a cross section is nothing but we can call as the pressure. And here usually units we need to write here, that is a CGS system. See, in CGS we can write as a dyne per centimeter square, and in case we can write as it is Newton per meter square, and as well as the dimensional formula DMF ML T power minus 2 because force, and area is nothing but a L square, so that we can write as ML inverse T power minus 2. So this is related to the pressure. So that the pressure is, we can say, force acting per unit area of cross section. I want to say one more. In general, atmospheric pressure. So that atmospheric pressure is nothing but we can also call 1 atm. See, it is 1 atm is nothing but it is an atmospheric pressure. Therefore this atmospheric pressure is actually usually 1.013 into 10 power 5. It is, we can say, Pascal. Of course this Newton per meter square we can also write as the Pascal it is in SI system. See, this Newton per meter square we can also call as the Pascal. So that 1 atm is equal to, see, we can say it is 1.013 into 10 power 5 Pascal it is. So this is about what it is, we can say 1 atmospheric pressure. And you remember one point here, this pressure, atmospheric pressure is act in all bodies in an open places, it is remained same. In open areas, the atmospheric pressure is act for all bodies, it is to be same. That's what it is very, very important. Now come to the point. See, actually pressure is nothing but a force by area, right? And also we know pressure is nothing but a, we can say, it is about a, we can say, like it is H rho g. In the previous chapter, this is already, we know this, pressure is equal to H rho g. H is nothing but a height or a depth, rho is nothing but a density, and g is nothing but a acceleration due to gravity at a given a place. Now come to the point. Here usually pressure is directly proportional to area we can. Nothing but a what here? So thing is, there is a pressure is acting per unit area, no? So that here I want to say one thing. See, I want to give one example. See, camel can walk, right? Camel can walk on the sand very easily. That can walk. Whereas the man cannot walk on the sand floor. Because there is only one reason. For a camel feet, suppose you see the camel feet, the area of the camel feet is very big than the man feet. So that when area is more, if area is more, there will be a pressure is less will act on the feet. That's what you look at here. For the camel feet, look at it, is a camel feet is like it is a very big one, no? Area is more because it is applies area more, it occupies area more. When there is a area occupies more, there will be a area increases, then the pressure will be decreases because it is inversely proportional, no? So that we can say, what we can say it is like it is, pressure is inversely proportional to area. So there will be a pressure is less and area is more. That's what camel, suppose you take a like a human, our feet will be like this, no? Very small it is, like. So area is A, and there will be a area is less, there will be a pressure is more. That's what we cannot walk on the sand floor very easily. Little difficult to walk on the sand floor. And here one more also, I'll tell you one more example. See, if we can stand on a one leg, it is not possible. We cannot walk a long time. We cannot stand on we cannot stand long time in a 1 feet, but we can stand for a long time by using a 2 feet. Yes, here also same issue, that is occupies the more area when we are using the 2 legs. Area of the feet is increases. So like that it is, we can say if area more, therefore there will be a pressure is less is act. That's what the pressure is inversely proportional to area. When area increases, therefore there will be a pressure is less. When area decreases, therefore there will be a pressure is more. So this, what we can say, it is related to the pressure, and 1 atm, here it is 1 atmospheric pressure, that is 1.013 into 10 power 5 Pascal. This is about what we can say related to the pressure related. Now let us, I want to say another one about a density. Sir, what will be the density? Right. Is rho, right? See, density is nothing but a density of a fluid, right? Here density of a fluid. So density is represented rho or d. So density is equal to, it is mass per unit of volume. It is a mass per unit of volume, which we can say density. And usually here it is a density, it is a scalar again. It is a scalar, and units in CGS system, that is we say it is a gram per centimeter cube, and MKS that is we can say kg per meter cube. Yes, of course. And here we can also write a dimensional formula DMF. For this it is ml power minus 3. This is what we can say density. Density is nothing but a mass by volume it is. So here units and dimensional formula, which we can write a units and dimensions by using this. And here suppose I want to say density of a suppose 1 kg per meter cube is there. See, we can write as 1 kg per meter cube is, it is in MKS to CGS. Now we are converting. So kg is nothing but we can write as 1000 grams, centimeter is nothing but meter is nothing but a 10 power minus 2. It is actually 10 power minus 3. No, see 1 kg is equal to 10 power minus 3 because kg is nothing but 1000 grams. No, yes, we can write like this. So it is 10 power minus 3 we can write, or else you take like this. Instead of taking this, better you take 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to, see 1 gram is nothing but a 10 power minus 3 kg. Yes, centimeter is nothing but 10 power minus 2 meter cube. So 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 10 power minus 3 kg, right, into 10 power minus 6, because 10 power minus 6, no, then you write as like this, meter cube. So 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 10 power minus 6 into 10 power 6 kg per meter cube. So it is we can write as 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. This is 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to, the value will be 10 power 3 kg per meter cube, which is very important, right? Is it okay now? This is related to what we can say, the conversion of density in gram to, we can say, like, clear? Now let us, I want to say one more in this relative density. The next heading is relative density. See, relative density is nothing but we can call RD, right? You write as relative density RD is equal to, it is defined as the ratio of densities, the ratio of densities of both. That means the density of a solid to density of a liquid. Suppose now we are taking the water, so that here we can write as the ratio of density of a body by density of a water at 4 degrees Celsius. Of course, why a water at a 4 degrees, why not at a 5 degrees, why not at a 6 degrees? Say for especially for water, so water actually there is a peculiar character possess, that is, say 0 to 4 degrees and 4 to 100 degrees Celsius. So this, the behavior, we can say anomalous behavior is there, in the next chapters will come. So you keep in your mind, I'll explain you there. So that's what we can take as water at a 4 degrees. So relative density is equal to, we can also say density of a body by density of a liquid, of course. That's what we can call relative density, that is the density of a substance by density of a liquid, or density of a water at a 4 degrees Celsius. Of course, both are the densities only, no? So that there is units. If I go, no units, because both will be the densities. If I go with the dimensional formula, of course there will be a dimensional formula, will be also no dimensional formula, because both are the same densities only. Both the densities will be cancelled. One it is in liquid, one it is in a body, so that we can say both will be cancelled. It is related to what we can say relative density. Right. Now coming to the next one. See, now I want to say one more is about a Pascal's law. See, sir, what is Pascal's law? Suppose in a given fluid, there will be a fluid in a static, static. That's what we can say. Fluid is in the beaker. So there will be a fluid. In this fluid, if one body is placed, body of mass is placed, M. So there will be a pressure is applied on the fluid. The fluid is at rest. That's what we can call static. It is static. So when there is a pressure is applied on the fluid in a given is static, so that there will be, what happens, the pressure is distributed equally in all directions, equally in all areas. The pressure is to be completely distributed equally in all areas is nothing but we can call as the Pascal's law. Pascal's law is nothing but it. Or else I'll tell you, here it is. If remove this, there is a pressure is applied on the fluid, therefore the pressure distributed equally in all directions. In all directions there will be a pressure is acting is equal. See, the pressure is remains constant at all points. The pressure remains constant is nothing but we can call as the Pascal's law. That's what it is. You can say. I'm sorry. P is constant, right? That is F by A is also we can write as a constant, right? That is F directly proportional to area we can. F directly proportional to we can write as area. So that it is F1 by A1 is equal to F2 by A2. That's what we can call it is a Pascal's law. That is I'm sorry, F1 A2 is equal to F2 A1 also we can. This is the law related to Pascal's law. Clear? Now let us. Now on this again I want to say one more variation of a pressure. Variation of pressure. Right? Variation of a pressure with the depth in a static fluid. Variation of pressure with depth in a static fluid. So suppose if the fluid is at rest, let us you take a one beaker. In this beaker there is a fluid. So suppose I want to say like see in a fluid there will be one body of mass, right? This is one, like you take a cylinder, the cylinder height is h and there will be a weight or the weight of the body which is acting mg down in a fluid, right? Sorry. That is the fluid is till some taken like this, which is at rest. Clear? Which is at rest. Now there will be a bottom and there will be a top. So there are two pressures are acting. One pressure is from the top, you say P1, from the bottom you say P2 is the another top pressure. And there is a issue is, I will tell you one more. Suppose, let us I'll explain you. In a swimming pool, suppose the person is jumping into the swimming pool. In a water, the water is at rest. Therefore that static fluid or the water is at rest. Then at a bottom, the pressure is more than the top pressure. Because of difference in pressure, the man or the person is lifted vertically up. Because of the difference in pressure. Of course, in all static fluids, at the bottom, at the bed of lake, there will be a pressure is more than the top. Bed of lake, there will be a pressure is more than the top. So here you write as P2 is greater than P1. Because there is a difference in pressure, at a bottom pressure is more than the top pressure. So that the body lifted vertically up because of the difference in pressure. That's what we can say variation of pressure with a depth in a static fluid. P2 is greater than P1. That means here from the top there will be a force is acting F1, from the bottom there will be a force is acting F2. Of course, the resultant we can say F1 and weight of the body both will be acting in the downward direction. Then we can say it is F2 is equal to, because bottom is greater than top, no, so that F1 we can say mg it is. F1 plus mg, because F1 and mg are acting downward and whereas F2 is acting up. So from this we know F is equal to, we can write as a P into A. So instead of F2 you write as P2. Area is of course same and F1 is equal to, you write as a P1A. But M is nothing but a volume into density. Then it is volume. Volume is nothing but this A into H into, we can write as D, that is the density of the body, you say rho. Now these information you write as equation 1, 2 and 3, like 4 and 5. This all you substitute here. F2 is P2A, F1 is P1A plus M is nothing but a H rho G. So P2A minus P1A is equal to H A into H into rho into G. Okay. Now let us in this from P2 minus P1 you take a common is A, and here also A into H rho G. This A is cancelled. Then therefore P2 minus P1 is equal to H rho G. This is we can call difference in pressure, variation of pressure with a depth. With depth. There will be a pressure difference is there. According to that, we can say like, so that we can also write P2 is equal to P1 plus H rho G. Of course, here is, look at here, this is an open area. No? See, usually in open areas, there will be an atmospheric pressure is act, P naught. That we can also write as P1 is equal to P naught, because both will be same. Atmospheric pressure is acting. From the top areas and the open areas, there will be an atmospheric pressure is acting. We can also replace with this like, so P2 is equal to P naught plus H rho G. See, this is an expression related to the variation of pressure. Variation of pressure. So right, it is we can say P2 is equal to P naught plus H rho G. So we can take it like this. Now coming to the next one. So now I need to explain you, here is a graph. Actually, this expression is represented as y is equal to mx plus c, which is in the form of a y is equal to mx plus c. Of course, we know y is equal to mx plus c graph. It is a model graph. Now I am giving it represented. It is a y-axis and it is an x, and there will be a graph is represented with positive y-intercept. This is, we can say, c. This is represented as the slope of the graph is m. Suppose you take a like this. Yes, we'll get the, it is an angle theta. So similar, I'll show you. Here, y is equal to mx plus c. No, in a similar way, we can also take as it is P naught is represented as the c. You write here P naught is represented as the c. You write as it is a P naught. This is the P naught, and here x is represented. So that here you write as actually from here m is the slope. No, therefore there will be an acceleration due to gravity's changes. According to that, here it is represented a P to this y, because P2 is equal to, it is H rho G, and it is, you say like H rho G into P naught. So this is a similar graph which related to the y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. So that you take H is the variation, depth or height. So this is what we can say, it is x. So that the slope of the graph will be, what happens, it is rho into G is the slope of the graph. It is a similar graph in y is equal to mx plus c graph. So this is about a what? Variation of a pressure with a depth in a static fluid. So which we can see related to the variation of a pressure in a given a static fluid. So better you follow this and you read this question, because it is given in our IP or in our material as 4 marks question. Better follow through this question and read from your materials. Right? This is about what it is related to the variation of a pressure with static fluid. Clear? Right? So this is what it is about a today's class, and we'll see in the next class. Thank you very much.